Good morning, everybody. I hope you all are doing wonderful on this Friday morning. I'm happy it got down to 64 degrees last night, so it's wonderful out here this morning. It's supposed to get up to 80, but we're supposed to have almost a week of nights in the 60s, and that'll be a welcome change, and with some cooler days. So I thought I'd come up here and show you where we hung the other door. I don't really have it decorated the way I want it, but I just wanted to get something on it before the kids come in this weekend. They're coming in to celebrate my big 75th birthday. It's next week on the 16th, so I wanted to try to get things out here fixed before they come in. So most of the things, even with the heat, are doing pretty good. Some things not as well, but on the whole, I'm pleased with how they're looking considering how hot and humid it's been. The Annabelle back there, that's a great hydrangea, and that thing's been here, gosh, I'm sure over 20 years. And of course, y'all know I love my hostas in the pots. That one's going to have to be divided for sure. I was going to do it this year, but it looks so pretty, I just didn't have the heart to do it. And of course, the coleus is doing beautiful. You can tell fall is coming and the heat also has made it happen faster. Leaves are really starting to fall. There's the bed that we redid this summer. The impatiens are doing great. The impatiens over there, I still haven't got them in the big pot yet, but they're doing good in the smaller pot sitting on the big pot. And the coleus, I just love my coleus. And there's one of those little cheap pots reduced that we got at Walmart. That was, the plants were suffering, but look how much the coleus and everything and the begonias have grown in it. Once I planted it in a bigger pot, it just said, I'm loving this and I'm going to keep it growing. And that was another one of the little bargain $5 pots. The caladiums have actually come up tall enough that you can see them now. Most of the things are doing good. The heat makes your blooms not last as long, so the Rudbeckia blooms have struggled. But most everything, like I said, is doing pretty good. The lantana, they like heat, so they're doing great. The black-eyed Susans are doing wonderful. They're another heat-loving plant. And as y'all know, that's where John paints, so we don't bother moving them and his sticks that he lays his stuff on, because he's always got a project going on here. So those trash cans are always sitting right out in the middle where he can paint. Cleaned the potting bench off a little bit. Our neighbors, have all these pine trees, and the pine needles have really been falling. So I've been trying to keep up on those. But you can see behind this potting bench, we have an old shutter, and that's hooked to the fence, and then John hooked the potting bench to the shutter. Same thing right here. 2 more vintage shutters. And John hooked them to the fence. Then he hooked this little shelf that he made out of a piece of old fence to the shutters. And this is where some of my old enamelware is at, on that old rustic board that we got at a sale. I love that. Okay, right beside that, we needed another door to blockade the mess back here. In this corner back here, that's kind of where things just get thrown from the neighbors, and it doesn't look very pretty. So that's the small door that we got when we got the other ones, and John painted it the red also. And it's hooked to the fence exactly like those other ones are. He puts a treated board underneath them to help keep the bottom of the doors from rotting, so that they're not sitting directly in the dirt. But like I said, I love having the doors and the shutters because they give you a great blockade, plus they look wonderful. I'm gonna walk out here because I want you to see how beautiful the Japanese anemone is. Don't look at the weeds, because out there is full of weeds. I just haven't had a chance to get out there again. It's not been that long since I weeded out here, but you know how that is. The weeds grow when nothing else grows. The Solomon seal, the heat hasn't bothered it at all either. These all the Japanese anemones, and we have them several places in the yard. They came from one little piece that friends gave us from theirs. Let me see if I can get around here so you can, and there's that bucket sitting there, so you can see how pretty the blooms are. Aren't they gorgeous? The ones on the other side of the house where we put those other doors, way down in the corner of the wall, I'll show you those another time. Those things are huge, and they're just loaded with blooms. You can see how many buds are on all of these, and this is with all this hot weather. It hasn't bothered them in the least. And like I said, it hasn't bothered the weeds at all either. So I hope y'all all have a wonderful weekend. We didn't go to any yard sales today, believe it or not. There were none in our area. So I don't have a haul for you today. But we are hopeful for tomorrow. We got a couple sales tomorrow. And I hope that I have enough to come to you with a haul. So enjoy the rest of your day. Have a wonderful weekend. Love and blessings from me and John and baby boy. Till the next time, bye-bye.